Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and this update for Pan That Huge palette. I have been having a blast with eyeshadows these last days. If you haven't watched my latest video, the Panner's Pan update, you have missed something. It was a really good one, and I was talking a lot about the new Odin's Eye palettes, the holiday palettes, and that's what I'm wearing today. I realized that last month I was wearing a lot of purples and you have to have gotten sick of me. So this month I'm really going to try to kind of switch things up a bit and make a ton of different looks just to amp it up a bit, and because I am in a colorful mood even though I'm a little bit sick. So if my voice starts cracking up, or I will cut out all the coughing. But because I've been sick, I've also had a lot of time to do my makeup. That's been a lot of fun. So anyway, let's go into this update. And I don't expect any major differences until the next update, since I am playing around with all of my new makeup. And December is one of those months that, yes, I'm trying to, finish off things in projects that are ending. But I also want to have room to play around with all of the new makeup, and of course the old as well, but I just want to have a lot of room to play around with. Like in the Panner's Pan update, I used a red lipstick, which I never do, but I just wanted a red lipstick to that look, so I just didn't care about the Project Pan items. Today I thought I could use like a different kind of highlighter, maybe like a sparkly one or something, so I chose one from Odin's Eye that is a little bit like pinkish or purplish, and it's just not something I would normally go for, but because I'm sick, I'm not really spending time with people, I can just play around and I can do exactly whatever I want, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing around with techniques and stuff. But anyway, Pan That Huge palette, here we go. This is how it looked last time, and I didn't think we would see that much of a difference until this month, but I guess I must have used this the first half of the month a lot, because there is some difference here. Let me show you. This is what it looks like today. So I hope you can see that I have cleaned it out for you. I'm really trying to clean up my palettes for the end of the year and clean my brushes I'm about to do. Let me know if this is something you would like to see me do, like a makeup chores video or something. Probably not this year, but maybe maybe next year, who knows, because I'm kind of in a cleaning mood. I think I will do my brushes later today. I will also repress a few of these shades, so I'm just doing new things and cleaning things up and stuff, so that's a lot of fun. But anyway, let's go through the changes in here, because there are a few changes. Maybe you have seen that these blushes are empties. I've also hit pan in highlighter number 2 here. So this one didn't have a pan in it last time. So I have probably widened this pan as well quite a lot. This powder I haven't used that much, but I have used these two, and you can definitely see that. I think one of these only had like the smallest pan in it, and the other one had like a half moon shaped pan. So we have definitely more pan showing. So just by that, because these are so big and noticeable, I feel like, if you can see difference there, the rest of the palette doesn't really matter, does it? But we have a few exciting more news here. And I have a pretty huge pan in this lip gloss. It's not because I've used it that much. I mean, you get to the bottom fairly quickly because you have to use your fingers for this, or maybe a brush, but no. I'm using my finger, and it's working. I actually had a little bit of this very dark purple fall into this, so it kind of created a mauve or like a purplish tone, which was kind of exciting because I didn't have any shade like that in my lipsticks. So I have used that, like that layer, and I quite enjoyed it. Maybe I will do that later on as well. Just mix a little bit of it in there, so I have a purple one. Other than that, I have hit pan on this one, this lavender shade, and this is one of the best eyeshadow formulas in this whole palette. This one and this one They're really creamy. I actually tried a Natasha Denona, like a mini palette, so I haven't tried more than, you know, 3 shades, but still, that shimmer formula that I tried there, that was really buttery and had a lot of texture, I feel like. And I feel like those 2 shades here, they're pretty much like that. But I haven't found another shimmer like that in this palette yet. Or not that I've thought about anyway, but these 2 are so phenomenal. I love them so, so much. They're so easy to work with. They look beautiful. And yeah, it's just been a joy to use. Something I've been doing, I don't think I had this side pan in this shade last time, but I hope you can see that I have side pan here. Also, this white shade over here, I have cleared out this whole corner. So I think it will be pretty easy to actually use this up next year. Next year I will have a goal of finishing as many shades as possible, at least 20. Well, 20 is my goal. If I can finish more, that's fine. But I definitely feel like this white one and this beige one will be empties quite early in the year. I love the white one just underneath my brows. I could use a shimmer. I did that a lot last year, but I've realized that I love a white. Maybe I could use like white shimmers here for that as well. On the other hand, this palette doesn't have as many light shades as I would want it to. I mean, I'm very happy that they had a few beige and like light shades, but the overwhelming amount of shadows are on the darker side. So probably when the lightest shades are out, I will begin to have a hard time here. But anyway, we're not done talking about this yet. So, one more very major difference is that the top fell off, the lid fell off. Of course, it's Technic, it's cheap. Although, you know, as I have been saying, some of these formulas have been really, really good. So sometimes it feels like a really high-end palette and sometimes it feels really cheap. It really depends on what shadow you go into. I wonder if all palettes are the same. Like the hard pressed shadows, are they as hard pressed in the other palettes if you buy this over and over again? I bought this to my niece. But yeah, I have no idea. But anyway, I have used 23 eyeshadows in this month. My goal is to use at least 20 every month. I don't know that we will actually be able to reach that for the next month because, like I said, I'm just playing around and having a lot of fun with all of my makeup that I want to use. And right now it's Odin's Eye, the new collection, and P. Louise, using a lot of those palettes. Some of the new shades, I think I've used 5 new shades perhaps, but the one that I can remember using is this gray up here. So this one was pretty creamy as well, so I think it might be the same formula, but I haven't used it in the same way, so I haven't noticed that quite yet, but it looks like it might be the same. So that's exciting if I can just use it that way. And I guess the other shades might be on the grayer side because I did use, oh, you guys saw that. I had it in 2 videos last month as a break from all of the purple ones. I did like a grayscale eyeshadow look, which I actually enjoyed. And it's the first time I've ever done that. So this palette has taken me out of my comfort zone at least once. And I've really, really enjoyed that. So I know I can use the gray side now, which is great, you know? And that leaves us with talking about what I want to accomplish until the next update. Like I said, I don't think I will use this as much. I think I will reach for this one for my brows. I have been using that quite a bit so far. Not so much this month because I have really, really been trying to hit pan on my Beauty A to Z palette, and for that shade I just had to cool it down a little bit because yeah, it was just too warm for me. So I have been using this one quite a bit. I think I've used it like, I don't know, 15 times or something. I don't know, something like that. Maybe you can see a little bit of brown in there because the other shade kind of transferred into this a little bit. But we do have a little bit of a dip, which is great. Blues are not something I normally go for. So to have another purpose for it, to be able to use it in a warm brown to just, you know, make it a little bit cooler. It's been such a great experience and it really worked well. So maybe I would do that whenever I'm done with these bronzers. Maybe I would go in and make my own bronzer with some of these warmer browns, and maybe, you know, just mix a little bit of blue in there to make them a little bit cooler, because I always love cooler tones when it comes to browns. But what I think I will do right after this video, or maybe I will actually record that and have it at the end here, I will try to Franken my own blushes out of this. I'm trying to not bring in any other shades from other palettes because this is a big palette. I don't need any more product, and I also want to see how fast I can go through this. This year has been like really chill. We'll see how next year pans out, but I'm thinking if I can Franken some of these shades into like face product, they will go so much quicker. So I'm thinking I will do 2 different blushes, maybe one more reddish and one more maybe peachy, I don't know, something like that, so that I can have it on my cheeks and maybe go through them a little bit quicker that way. So that was everything I had to say about this one. It was a big update this month. I really didn't realize until I looked at this month's empties, and like I'm writing everything down. As soon as I hit pan or finish something, I write it down so that I don't forget. And yeah, we did a lot of damage on this one this month, so that was a lot of fun. So I just wanted to come back and show you how it actually turned out after the repressing. It was a lot more messy than I thought. I thought it would be easier to like pick up the colors with the spatula, but this is so big and some colors contaminated the others. But it's just the top layer, so I'm just going to use a brush and maybe get a different kind of color and, you know, roll with it. But this is how it turned out. So we made these two blushes right here, and they are pretty different from one another, I would say. This is a lot more well, shimmery. I did use one of the like yellow shimmery shades here to create this this one. So this is a lot more shimmery. This is a lot more pink. I wanted to go for more of a peachy tone, but I guess I couldn't get the right amount of yellow. This was a little bit green actually. I thought it would be like a neon yellow, but it was more of a like lemon green or something like that. So I also did hit a few pans doing this. So I'm going to count it towards next month's pans, you know, just because. Hopefully I can use these shades, so I also feel like I've actually dipped into the shades more than, you know, using these two. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Like I said, this is more of a rosy pink shade, and this is more of a, well, peach shade, but not as peachy as I would have liked it to be. And I totally forgot that I could light this whole thing up with this powder. That's why I was saving it. Well, not from the beginning. Like from the beginning, I was like, this is too near the other shades. So if I dip a fluffy brush into this, it will have some color. So I can't really use it as powder. But then when I started using these ones up and I realized that I can actually use this for frankening. I don't really need another powder. I have a lot of powders in my collection, but I don't have a lot of light shades here. So if I can just sheer them out, because I don't think it will give much of a color, but if I can sheer other shades out with it, then I think we can do some pretty good frankening with this one as well. Like with the darker shades, if I just want to light them up or like sheer them out, I can use it with this powder and franken them. So I think I will continue to franken this this palette quite a lot in the future actually. But you know, you can see in these shadows the yellow just, or greeny yellow, it made its way down to these, and I happen to, you know, transfer some of the red in there. So I guess it will be kind of a nice purple whenever I use it. But the other shades I managed to kind of press down with my finger again, whatever was like left. But yeah, that's how it looks now. And I'm actually pretty happy. I really hope these will work well as blushes. And I do go through blushes quite a lot, especially when I use a powder foundation like I've been going on and on and on about. But then the color doesn't really stick that much. So I can use pretty much of a blush when I have a powder foundation on. And lately I've been into, you know, this whole blushy look as well. So yeah, I am using a lot of blushes. I hope these will work. I just have to wait a day and see. I have to let this dry for a bit and then I can use it. And hopefully I didn't press it too hard either, so it's not too hard pressed. I hope we can go through that quite quickly. And if this is a hit, if I can actually do this, I think we will have a lot of empties next year. But then of course that will still leave me with the hardest shades. So we'll see. But that was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Have a great evening. Bye.